In February of 1979, I was presented with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Here go the mama. Just when we thought the coast was clear, here comes the mammy. Sit down, bad boy Bobby Brown. Sit down. Sit down. Or lay down. Just get out my face, please. Mommy hates it when you stare at her. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, all this week on the YouTube, we're focusing on Natalie Cole. I think adding that Erka Kennedy book kind of messed with my algorithm. So if you all want the Erka Kennedy Bling book, you're going to have to join the Patreon or the YouTube paid membership here. Okay. It kind of messed with my algorithm. Eventually, I'll release the Erka Kennedy, like once we get finished with the Natalie Cole book. But if you want to keep up with that, you're going to have to pay for it, because putting the two books together is causing some confusion in the algorithm. And I cannot afford to have my views being 300 or 500. Those of you who love me understand me. Now, let's continue reading Angel on My Shoulder, Natalie Cole. Robert Adam Yancey came out perfect. He was 6 pounds, 4 ounces, healthy and beautiful. The cutest little thing with a mop of black hair, just like a little papoose, like a little Indian baby, my little angel. A day or two after Robbie was born, my doctor said something along the lines of, "Don't change your schedule to accommodate your child. Let your child integrate into your schedule." Robbie was not, what? Girl, is that the therapist? Robbie was not just a wonderful baby. He was a precious baby. I hovered over him, even when Marvin and I hired a nanny, which we needed because both Marvin and I had careers that couldn't be put on hold indefinitely. I hired a young woman named Etta McCrae to work for us just before Robbie was born. Dig this. Etta McCrae used to work for Sarah Vaughn. She was the one who raised Sarah Vaughn's daughter. Along with becoming a mother, I also had to learn how to be a minister's wife. I don't know if I really fit, but I did what I could. I was a performer through and through, but at least on Sunday mornings, I became a pastor's wife. I made sure that I wasn't doing any concerts on Saturday evenings. That wasn't an easy task. I don't know how that happened. You was working your ass off on a Thursday and Friday. Let me think about that, because Friday, I'm really tired. I want to go home and sleep after the work week, unless I just got paid. I would feel like I would want to go home Friday, sleep in Saturday, do my chores, and then head out. Saturday is always a good day. Could you imagine trying to tell your booking agent that you don't do Saturdays? Bitch, you don't do Saturdays. Aretha do Saturdays, bitch. You ain't better than Aretha, girl. Everybody do Saturdays. The Tina Turner, the Shaka Khan, the Gladys Knight. Everybody do Saturdays. Whitney do Saturdays, girl. That's another day to make real money. I don't know. Okay, I applaud the effort, girl. I made sure that I wasn't doing any concerts on Saturday evening. That wasn't an easy task. And that I was in Chicago dressed in my Sunday best. I sat in the front row pew with Robbie on my lap. It wasn't a sacrifice. I enjoyed it, and my own relationship with God was very important to me on a daily basis. In April of 1978, I had my first television musical special. Dick Clark was the producer, and I was delighted because he had been so helpful at the early stages of my career when he invited me to appear on his show. Man, Dickety Clarkety, he loves us. I am grateful to people like Dick Clark, Mike Douglas, Dinah Shore, Casey Kasem. You know, it was a time that he would do, I think, the top 20 on Saturdays. That mattered back then for you to know what songs were. Was it the top 20 Billboard? I'm not sure, but Casey Kasem was very important because we used to watch that show because that was another way for us to look at videos. Videos were very important then too. Well, it was in the 80s. Casey Kasem, Merv Griffin, and so many others who believed in my talent. They contributed to my confidence as a singer and a recording artist. The Natalie Cole special was a very sophisticated presentation, thanks to Dick Clark. My musical guests were Johnny Mathis, nervous and cute, Stephen Bishop, brilliant, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, awesome. To top it off, I had the opportunity to work with Nelson Riddle and his orchestra. Nelson conducted while I sang Mona Lisa. This was the first time I had ever performed a song of my father's on television. In February of 1979, I was presented with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Here go the mama. Just when we thought the coast was clear, here comes the mammy. In February of 1979, I was presented with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It is only a few feet down from the front doors of Capitol Records, which was perfect because my father's albums had built the building and my albums were now paying the electric bills and perhaps a lot more. Unfortunately, my mother was a bit uptight about it. She made a terrible, unkind remark about me to an aunt who then told me. I couldn't get over it. We go through the ceremony, but later, when she was back at home in Massachusetts, I called her up in the middle of a dinner party she was hosting. I really let loose on her, and Mom accused me of ruining her dinner party. So pause. Like when I was young as a teenager, I did childish things because I was a child that I didn't even understand were selfish and childish. But I was allowed to do those things because I was selfish and childish. Okay? Now that I'm an adult, I am now an adult, and I got to put those selfish, childish things behind me. And putting my partner's needs, and if I had a child, my child's needs, not necessarily in front of my own, especially if it's an adult child, and I have an adult partner, you have to at least consider how your actions is going to affect the next person. When I tell you, I come across so many adults that contend with that selfish demon, and I am bewildered by it. You know that, yeah, you want to chase that ninja, but your child needs you. Your adult child needs you. I ain't saying that you're supposed to sacrifice your relationship for your adult child. What I am saying is that maybe you should not chase that nigga and check on your daughter. How about that? Or you 7 years into a relationship and the mother hunchy still bring home McDonald's for one. The fuck? Ain't nothing in your mind told you I might want a Big Mac meal? When certain people are allowed to have certain behaviors, and because like parents don't want to deal with that, they'd rather tiptoe around the child's emotions than deal with it. Shit, we got people at work now that people just be like, just let it go. Nay, she off the grid, leave her off the grid. Yeah, but the bitch keep fucking with me. Why is she fucking with me? Leave me alone. But they be like, leave her alone. I'm not messing with her. She messing with me. She talking to me. The incident caused a major rift in our already strained relationship. And it would be a long time before we spoke again. Yeah, because sometimes you need to put your parents and your family members in timeout. Time out, bitch. You need time to miss me. Not long after this, I went through my disco phase. Disco was red hot, and Capitol Records thought they could make me into a disco diva. Answer no. Anything was better than the press calling me the new queen of soul. So I agreed to go with what everyone wanted. The result was I Love You So, which should have been called I Love You So, but I don't love disco at all. I never fully embraced it. The album didn't do badly from a sales point of view, but it was not as successful as my previous albums had been. The disco craze had an energy and a fury that kept feet dancing and heads spinning. The music has its own high, and it was about as potent a narcotic as the new drug that was also the rage. Cocaine, my newest drug of choice. Want to dance? I don't remember the exact moment when I got back onto drugs, but I definitely shifted back into self-destruct mode. I must have been restless or bored. You know you get bored if things are going too good, so you screw things up and you start sabotaging your own happiness. I would agree. Every time I pay off a goddamn bill, I created a new one. What the hell? That's sabotage. Nay. Why the hell? But I am going to go out there to see the Chris Breezy in the Las Vegas. Okay? I got to go see that. And Chris Breezy ain't even my age range. I just want to just go just to have fun with the girls. It's a girls trip. The life and the love I thought I cherished began to slip away. Things got messy.